This show is proudly brought to you by the #Me Network.
It's some awesome. The Retro Gaming Podcast.
Welcome to Bits of Awesome. I'm Phid McAwesome.
I'm Evil Card.
And this is the WrestleMania Roundup.
Yeah. Nice try, buddy. Nice try.
I've tried on all of my shows this week and I keep getting cut off every time I try and talk wrestling.
Yeah, WWF in your house for Saturn. We've gone on about it for ages.
Anyway, it's been, a good month since the last time we did a show?
Yeah, we're really good at keeping up. Well, we actually recorded 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
we've been on schedule. However, there was a bit of a boo-boo that we won't talk about.
Yeah. So welcome to our this week's weekly, fortnightly show that we do once a month. You feel like it? If it's the first time you've tuned in, this is our retro gaming show. We're a couple of retro gaming collectors based here in New Zealand, and we like to just shoot the shit about what we've collected and what's going on, and we interview a few celebrities from the industry from time to time.
Yeah, speaking of which, I'm here every week, so it's good to be.
So we've got some news and stuff, or do we want to go straight into our regular segment, King of the Picks?
Oh, let's do King of the Picks. It's been a while.
King of the Picks.
All right, Gus. I know you have had an epic month, and for our regular listeners out there, Phid has picks this week, real legit picks.
Yeah, so it has been a massive month, and yes, you've actually got a legitimate. But yeah, you're warming back up. Maybe you're about to blast me again, but it's been a massive month. I now own an arcade.
Yeah, and not an arcade as in an arcade machine. An arcade as in under your house you now have a fully fledged 80s arcade or 90s arcade.
Yeah. Even thinking it like that. I think on our first episode, or maybe our second episode, I'd never buy an arcade. That's a real slippery slope. And now I have three cabinets sitting in my garage. So, that's slippery slope.
Yeah.
Quite.
So I can remember you giving me a heap of crap about buying those machines that I bought, going on about how it's just a money pit. You were never going to buy one. You're wasting your money, Phid. How much money have you thrown at these machines? Blah, 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 blah. Yet you have, in the last month, bought how many machines?
3. I was right about one thing. They are a money pit.
But aren't they awesome?
They are. The first 2, I'll go with the first 2. I saw these on Trade Me, and they were local. Turns out I had a guy that knew this guy, so I went out and saw them. One of them was actually legit the first arcade machine I ever played.
So you have a personal relationship with this machine before you'd even seen it?
Yeah, so it was either 6 or 7-year-old, maybe 8-year-old. The first arcade that I ever played on is now in my possession.
See, and I think that's an even more dangerous element when it comes to any collecting, with whether it's arcade or consoles or toys or anything. If you have a personal connection to that machine or toy or whatever, you instantly go into the deal with basically you're about to throw your wallet at whatever it is.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's exactly what I did. He turned on the arcade, and as soon as that music played, the most dopiest grin came across my face, and I knew I had to buy it.
Yeah, and he would have seen that dopey grin come across your face and he would have known, yes, I have his money.
And he won King of the Picks that day. Shit, did he pick my wallet.
So what did you end up getting on that score? That was the first lot.
Yeah, so I got Street Fighter, and that was the first arcade I ever played. And it was all from the original arcade that I went to when I was growing up and all that. an NBA Jam cabinet that isn't working, but in 2 minds if it's going to become a project machine or just sit there. And then I also somehow won a Tekken Tag fully working cabinet for dirt cheap on Trade Me as well 2 weeks ago.
It's funny because when you bought this cabinet, you were telling me this was going to be your project cabinet. You bought it for cheap, it wasn't going to be working, and you were going to rip it to bits and make this into a MAME cabinet.
Yeah, well, I assumed it wasn't going to be working. It must have been because of the time the auction closed. I won it for next to nothing, really.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to go for double, triple what I won it for. And all of a sudden my phone goes, "Congratulations, you've won this auction." I was like, "You fucking what?" And yeah, so I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll just strip out the guts and make it into a MAME machine. But this is a fully working unit.
So
Coin mix and all.
Yeah, well, that's the one that shocked me because usually almost 90% of the time the coin mix are gone.
Well, yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, really am in 2 minds. The screen, I need to just get in there. I've set my mirror up and I've been tuning it in, getting the colours right. So it's actually, yeah, I'm in 2 minds whether I keep it or still strip it and sell the parts off. So
what was wrong with it when you bought it?
nothing. I bought it as working. When I got it home, the screen was just a bit red, I guess. Yeah. Obviously, that just needs a few tweaks with the color guns or whatever on the monitor.
Yeah.
Started put a mirror on a seat and tried fiddling around with it. Got it a bit better, and I'll continue working on it this weekend. Oh, wow. I still can't believe it. Like, what the fuck?
That's awesome. So, any console or game picks as well?
So consoles, I got a 3DO with about 12 games, 14 games maybe.
And this was after you almost bought a 3DO, broken 3DO off someone, eh?
Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't touch that because that thing, like the person cooked it.
Yeah.
And is it repairable or will it make a good ornament or whatever? I'm glad I didn't touch it because after it left my house, when I was thinking about getting it, the smell of plastic I actually couldn't get rid of. I had to shower.
Yeah.
So that was rooted. So I got this one fully boxed, complete, 2 controllers. I'm not going to plug it into New Zealand Power without a step down because I'm not going to blow it up.
Yeah.
I'm in 2 minds whether I keep it or not. I don't know. It's not really a console that interests me. It was more of an opportunist buy. Then I've got the Retron 5 now. That turned up.
Oh, awesome.
So it is. I haven't tested it out yet. I've got an unboxing video that maybe we can link in on the hashtag page or whatever.
Yeah.
Of me ripping into it today.
We can put it in the description as well on iTunes as well. So
yeah, definitely. And have a look. It is. It's a cool piece of kit. Fuck, it looks cool.
Is it very solid?
It's really light, surprisingly light. But I don't think that's going to affect it too much. If we compare it to how well, like a Sega Master System 2s, you know how they're real solid and sturdy. Yeah. It's not like that, but it's not, I wouldn't say very poor either. It's just kind of light feeling.
Yeah, just a lot lighter than you were expecting.
Yeah, and but that's cool. So that can play my Mega Drive, my NES, my Super Famicom, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, blah, 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 blah. Which is good because having kids, I can't get the consoles out as much as I want to.
But you can keep that hooked up to the plasma or the LCD.
Exactly, and just put it in my TV cabinet and it's always there. And it's going to sort of make me play more. And that's what I wanted because there's no point in having all these hundreds of games if they're just sitting there.
Well, you've had an amazing month. I'm almost too embarrassed to say what I scored.
No, your story is good. You keep getting free shit because of the show.
Okay, so I'd say 2 good picks in the last month. I've picked up a few other bits and pieces, but my 2 good picks was I popped into an op shop, actually 3 really. I popped into an op shop about 4 weeks ago, Just off, it was actually the one just down the road from me, and it's one of those shops that if I'm going past, I'll pop in. They usually have nothing except for a couple of Xbox games or something. But I walk in there, and inside of a box, along with some USB speakers and shitty jug cords, it was actually a box of junk electronics.
Yeah, we know. I know. I can visualize that box. We've all dug through those. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I didn't have to dig through it. I walked past it, and I saw this thing that was unmistakable. Like the moment I saw it, I was like, "Yes, that is awesome." And it was a Grandstand Astro Wars game.
Oh fuck, that's right. I remember seeing those pictures. That's fucking awesome.
So I saw that, and I thought, oh, awesome, I can get that. It can go next to my other Grandstand game. Pulled it out. Hello, the biggest thing that shocked me is the DC power is still there.
And it's all working, eh?
It is all completely working. I brought it home. Like, I was thinking, because I picked it up for $5.
Winning. That's fucking good
I did say to the lady, I said, oh, what do you want on this? She goes, oh, I don't know. It was just someone just dropped it off with that box of junk. Chucked me an offer. I chucked her an offer of $5 because this lady will usually bump up whatever offer I make.
Yeah.
So I thought, offer her $5. She'll ask for 10. I'll be happy.
Yep.
So I says to her, $5. And she goes, yep. Oh, sweet. Grabbed it, bring it home. Okay, let's see if this thing works. Plug it in. Works awesome. Super stoked with that. And after I chucked it up on our gaming group, instantly I've had people offering to buy it. There was guilt trips put on me.
Yeah, I saw that. They were kind of like rallying it to, give it to someone.
Yeah, because what was worse is the next day. Did you see the next day he put up a photo of his Christmas letter that he wrote to Santa asking for that very machine with a drawn picture and everything? I was like, I am torn. I almost considered giving it to him, but my love for the machine was just too strong, and it's now sitting on my shelf.
Yeah, Jason, you'll find one, don't you worry.
Yeah, or if I get hard up one week, Jace, I'll let you know. So anyway, I scored that. The other score was actually the shelving that I put that machine on.
Yeah, you've got nice shelves. That's something I'm real jealous of. Anyone that visits my house knows I've just got minimal shelving with big boxes full of games.
So it was not retro related at all, but it was some nice solid wood. It wasn't crappy MDF or honeycomb core wood. It was good, some good solid wood shelves. So I've got those. Everything's sitting on there nicely. Then I had my big score.
Yeah, I'm a bit bitter about this. I'm not going to lie. My email address is probably available on the internet, so people listening, and if you want to give anything away, find my email address.
So I think we talked about this on the last show, that yes. I got a random email from somebody asking me if I was keen to buy some retro games.
I actually think this could be a conspiracy that Google's racist towards me.
I don't know why you're all over the internet. The amount of work you've done for charities and stuff, your name's all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. Find me, people. I'm not going to say no.
So, as we said on the last show, I got this random email saying, hey, mate, I've got this old Nintendo. Would you be interested in buying it? And I emailed him back and I said, oh, well, yeah, mate, what do you got? And he goes, oh, I've got a handful of games, an original Nintendo, a Zappy gun, I think is what he called it, and the power pack, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, mate, definitely keen. Send me through some photos and I'll let you know. So he comes back with the phasos, and it's just this, to be honest, it wasn't a very appealing looking photo, but it was, sure enough, an NES, a phaser gun. What do they call it? They call them the Zapper, don't they?
Yeah, Zapper.
I'm getting confused with the Sega. It's got the Zapper there. Really nice condition power plug for it. Had the RF unit for it, no controller, and like I said, a pile of games.
It was a big pile of games.
Now, the pile of games is what instantly got my attention. And so I didn't actually ask him what the games were. I just sort of said, look, I've got any with the cases, got any with the original book, blah, blah, blah. He goes, oh, yeah, sends me through a photo. And I go, look, mate, this week I'm actually not that flush at the moment, cash-wise. So he goes, oh, well, chuck me an offer, I'll let you know. So I chucked him an offer. And then he comes back and he goes, oh, I was hoping to have like double that. I've also got a Sega Mega Drive here and a couple of games as well with some control pads. What if I chuck you those as well?
No, my silence is my bitterness.
So I was like, yeah, okay, mate. So this guy here was actually from out of town. He travelled all the way to Hamilton to do this trade. Turns up at my office. And I actually found out the dude walked across Hamilton with the gear.
Damn.
So it was actually, by the time he brought it for me to look at, I actually would have felt guilty if I'd said no to him. He'd managed to score a ride all the way to Hamilton to his mate's place, and he'd walked all the way across Hamilton to my place. I didn't actually have any cash on me. But I looked through the stuff, and there was, I can't lie, there were some gems in there.
Yeah, go through the games. Do you have the list in front of you?
I do have the list in front of me. Okay, so we've got the Nintendo, pretty yellow. It actually didn't work when I first plugged it in. I had to give the connector a bit of a clean up and all that, as you do with these machines. Don't think it had been turned on in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't have any control pads.
Right.
So I saw that, had a look. Apart from the yellowness, not bad. Zapper looked like it was in good nick. Then came to the games. So every game had the slip cover.
Mm-hmm.
Every game had the instruction manual.
Damn.
And a few had boxes. So first game, Probotector.
Nice.
Flip and box. And in really nice condition, that one too. Next one was Excite Bike.
Good game.
Yep. So that is a good game. First time I ever played it.
We'll just ignore the fact that Probotector is an amazing game, but yeah, Excite Bike's good too.
Okay, Probotector was a good game. I had a jam on that. And I do have to say, most of these games were the first time I'd ever played them, being a Sega guy.
Yeah.
So this was almost like me being back to being an 8-year-old trying these games for the first time.
It is the perfect lot for a Sega person to get into Nintendo, though.
Yeah. So
Carry on.
I enjoyed Probotector. I enjoyed Excite Bike. Once again, slip and box. Then I got Soccer, slip and box. Really nice condition. The game sucks balls.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, surprisingly, out of all my Nintendo games, this is one that I have never owned. But
Super Mario
Brothers / Duck Hunt.
You've never owned it?
I have never owned it. Every lot I've ever picked up has had Mario Brothers, the normal single game on it.
Really?
Yeah, and I've never managed to randomly pick up Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. And not being a Nintendo guy, I haven't really chased it down.
Yeah. The most common game anyway, but...
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. So I'm actually glad to have this because I've had many Nintendos with many Zappers, and I've never actually had Duck Hunt to play.
Oh, now you can rip into it.
Exactly. But I used to play that as a kid. I've always loved Duck Hunt. So I've got that. And what's cool about that is it came with the split book. But it also came with the manual just for Mario Brothers.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know. So
I don't know, is it?
So I've now got the manual for my Mario Brothers as well, which I already had. Mario Brothers 3, now that one came with slip, box, and box.
Good game.
Yep. Mario Brothers 2, that was slip and box.
Fucking hell.
Now this one made me a little bit angry. The Simpsons, Space Invader 1.
Bart versus Space Mutants?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
I couldn't remember the name because the cart is in such terrible condition.
It's a hard game. It was one of I remember my cousins back in the day having on Master System.
Now, what sucks is I haven't managed to get this cart to work properly. This one here, I've got it in, I've managed to clean it up and get it to turn on. It gets to the menu, and the moment you go click to play, she jams up.
Bugger.
So I'm going to have to actually pull this to bits and give it a nice, decent clean out. Hopefully I can revive that one. Great game, though. Now, a couple of oddities I did get was 320 in one Famicom game.
Cool.
But what's cool is it came with the 72-pin to 60-pin converter.
Oh, very good.
So I can now start buying Japanese titles.
For dirt cheap.
Yeah.
It's the way to go.
So I was super stoked to get that. And then I got one of those really weird Maxi 15-pack carts. If you don't know what that is, it's like a black NES cart, except it's got a 32-pin connector in the other end of it as well, because apparently you need to plug a Nintendo cartridge into it to get these games to work.
Weird.
Because they don't have the official Nintendo chip in it.
All right.
So it bypasses the system by using another official Nintendo card as the chip.
Weird.
That is a very odd one. Now, that one came with box and manuals. Like I said, not an official one, but I actually really like it because it's odd.
Yeah, very strange. Some people pay good money for those weird ones. Not me. I'd stay away from it, but there is people that are really into it for some reason.
Yeah, so along with all this Nintendo stuff, there was also a Mega Drive and 4 6-button controllers.
Oh, good. So you can never have enough of those good 6 buttons.
No, it wasn't the good ones. This is the annoying thing, is it's not the little kidney bean one. It's the bigger, chunky one that was released by a third party. Then it must have been at some stage officially licensed by Sega.
Oh, the professional fight pad one?
With the screw-in control stick.
Yeah, they're hard on your thumbs, man.
Yeah, bro, I had one when I was younger, and I bought it because it was cheap from Decca. And I don't think I used it for very long because I fucking beat up my thumbs using the bloody thing.
Yeah, I actually got one from Video Easy back in the day to play on my Master System, to play Mortal Kombat, because I was like, oh, cool, I've got a Master System, but this real fucking cool controller with the joystick. There is no way I could play it without the joystick, because, man, I even tried it the other day, and jeez, it rips your thumb to bits.
Yeah, they're fucking horrible controllers, but hey, I've got a few spare 6 buttons because I'd actually sold one of my 6 buttons to a mate because he needed some 6-button ones, so super stoked to get those as well.
Good stuff. So I think...
one more.
Jesus Christ, you are firing back up.
Yeah, bro. Okay, the other day, popped out for lunch. I was working from home. I thought, I'm going to go treat myself. Went down and paid bloody $8 for a sandwich.
Ooh.
It was
that's an interesting pick. What did you get?
That was an amazing sandwich, by the way. Fucking amazing sandwich. But while they were making my fucking amazing $8 sandwich, I popped across the road to the op shop and found this weird PlayStation 2 disc that I'd never seen before.
Oh, have you played this yet?
No. What actually got me was the case. I thought I'd never. We've all seen demos.
Yeah.
And they're either in just a standard slip case with all the bloody magazine shit printed on it, or they were in a plastic. Jewel case?
Yeah. Or came in with a double CD. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now this one's like this weird little official PlayStation booklet style cardboard slip, but one of those double ones that you fold over. And yeah, I'd never seen it before. And what's weird is it's demo PlayStation 2 demo 8, and then in brackets it's got old.
Yeah, you've had it for a week.
Yeah,
there are people dying to know what the hell is on this,
and it's actually almost getting to a point now where I'm not putting it in because I'm loving seeing people get upset by it.
Yeah. So once this is over, you're plugging in your PS2. As annoying as that is, just find out what's on there.
Okay, I'll do that just for you, Gus.
Good, because it's beginning to drive me fucking insane.
Yeah, it's actually getting daily now where at least one person's going, hurry up, Phid, have you fucking found out what's on this disc yet?
Yeah. we're beginning to think you don't even have a PS2, mate.
No,
We're worried.
I've got a stack of PS2s. So yeah, and just for the record, before I finish off my picks, my $8 sandwich was fucking awesome.
$8 sandwich can only be Subway, right?
No, it was
Oh,
we got a cafe about 2 doors down from our house. They make amazing coffee, and yeah, the sandwiches are fucking amazing.
no, good stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a draw. Let's start this again, starting from here. Obviously, we'll be more regular on air because we did record 2 weeks ago, but we fucked that up.
Yeah.
So it's a draw. Next week you're going down.
Next week I'm going down. Okay, I've actually got a couple of things lined up already. I've just been, while I was having a cigarette before the show, I was just chatting to somebody on Facebook and maybe sliding further down the slippery slope that you're on.
No, you're not buying that karaoke machine.
The guys just offered that karaoke machine to me for an amazing price.
No. Is this... There's a guy up your way on Trade Me by the name of Smurfs One. Is that him?
I'm not sure if it is Smurfs One, but this guy, I've actually bought stuff off him in the past, off Facebook.
Yeah.
And he's a... What's the best way we can call him? He's a hoarder of crap. Electronic crap.
Like, you don't want that karaoke machine. You can't even main machine that one.
Yeah, he reckons all the electronics are all inside it. It may be worth fucking putting back together.
No, you're sounding like a devil right there. I'm being on the good shoulder and I'm saying, don't touch it.
For $50?
Save your money.
Oh,
You can get good games for $50. Go buy a game that you're going to enjoy, not something that will take... Listen to me, who's got an NBA Jam sitting down there that I probably should have picked up, although it looks fucking cool. Rah, rah, rah.
I bet you it looks amazing.
It will when it's done up, if it ever gets done up.
All right, I will hold on to my money.
Yeah, good thinking.
Yeah. So yeah, we're calling it a draw, are we?
It's a draw. Definitely a draw. Let's start again moving forward.
Now, while we're on the arcades, I actually am really curious to know like how the kids have enjoyed it, because I know with my machines, half the fun of owning arcade machines for me has been sitting down at them playing the games with my kids.
Yeah, I was quite surprised when the kids first found out I bought arcades. Was pretty much when I drove up the driveway in a van, and they were like, "Oh my god!" Obviously, the Street Fighter one and Tekken as well. 2 joysticks, 6 buttons. Felix first went at it, and he looked at it, and he got it pretty quick. And it was probably because he watched me doing it. And they can just sit there button mashing.
Yeah.
They don't really like Street Fighter. Felix can pull off moves.
Yeah.
And he's not faking it, which is really weird. That kid is insane, especially on video games. He's going to be a weirdo, but no,
sounds like my youngest.
Yeah, and I mean that with as much love as possible.
Yeah.
He's going to be a gaming freak. And he killed Tali. And like the first round of Street Fighter, he got into it, and she didn't. They then spent the next round laughing hysterically as one was E Honda and one was Blanca.
Yeah.
And you know how Blanca does that really shit little kick where it looks like he's lifting his leg to pee?
Yeah.
And so does E Honda, and they were just laughing at them, going, "Oh, the pain." But after that, they don't like Street Fighter. But this weekend when they saw Tekken, they're like, "Oh, we'll give that one a go." They love it.
Yeah,
Now,
see, my youngest absolutely loves the Tekken machine we've got.
Yeah, see, and I'm not, and I hate to say this because a lot of people love it. I don't actually like Tekken. I've never liked the PlayStation games because my fighting game loyalty was gone before Tekken came out. Like, I was Street Fighter then.
Yeah.
And I've always been Street Fighter on Mortal Kombat. I was, Tekken, try hard.
Yeah.
That type of thing. So they jammed on Tekken and they loved the characters. And like, who's the bear? Kuma? Is it Kuma the bear?
Yeah,
and they're like, Kuma the bear, and the fucking kangaroo, and they really loved it. They spent, like, I had to open the coin door every fucking round because I only got a couple of dollars for them to keep chucking in.
Have you figured out how to just chuck credits on it yet?
No, I'm not going to. I figure if I start touching wires or anything like that, because also the dip switch on the Tekken 1's broken.
Oh, okay.
So I've got to wire that back up. So then I'll be able to get into test mode and do all that shit, I assume. So, yeah, they had a blast on that. They don't necessarily understand because they haven't seen arcades. Because Time Out or Time Zone and that now it's like whack-a-moles and giant cut the ropes and shit.
Yeah, they're fucking giant fucking mobile phone games and shit.
Yeah, Dance Revolution and all that. Like,
Hey, don't just DDR.
No, but arcades now are so different to an arcade that me and you would have walked into in our childhood.
See, in the Time Zone in Hamilton, so when you first walk in, it's got all those shitty fucking... They seem like gimmicky Japanese games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have all the Street Fighter and stuff, but they're all tucked right around the back in this fucking dark room, and it's almost like a dirty secret that they've got these old Tekken or old Street Fighter machines.
Yeah, see, and I can see from like their perspective, it's probably they're not the cool thing anymore or whatever. Like, as you know, obviously, I was thinking today, my next gen console has been the new 3DS and the Retron versus getting an Xbox One or a PS4. But so I understand the evolution of games. I can see why they're not as popular anymore. But to me, the concept of arcade is these beat 'em ups and fighters and pinball machines, not cut the rope or fucking Fruit Ninja or Angry Birds on a big screen.
Yeah.
To me, that's not an arcade. That's a mobile game on your fucking tablet or phone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it kind of makes me sad, but...
But your kids now don't need to go down there because they've got their own arcade in the shed.
Yeah, well, Timaru doesn't actually even have one of those arcades anymore at all. We don't have one, Time Zone or anything.
So you're gonna put the sign out in the road and let the neighbours know you've got an arcade?
I run an extension cord down the drive and just wheel chicken down there every day and let it fill up.
That's the one.
Yeah. But it was really interesting talking to the guy that I bought Street Fighter off because he ran the Fun Bank in Timaru, which was our arcade.
Yeah.
And so this was in the 90s and stuff. And this
is almost becoming legendary on this podcast, the Fun Bank. You've got so many awesome stories about the place.
Yeah, so this is where I first played Street Fighter. After the first time I played an arcade, me and my uncle rented out a Mega Drive from the Fun Bank because you could do that there. It was my first...
And you broke the box and your granddad yelled at you.
Yes, but remember, we didn't record that bit that much last time, but yes, that's the story.
I think we've told this on a different podcast, though.
Yeah, we did the whole granddad yelling at me, but that Super Street Fighter came from the Fun Bank as well. That started everything. And I spun a good yarn to this guy. He gave me that was the other pickup, a Japanese Dreamcast.
Oh, yeah. Have you tried hooking that up to the arcade yet?
No, but I assume I can. But honestly, I'm not going to lie, and arcade purists are going to hate me. I have no fucking idea about them. They look cool, and they play video games. That's about where my knowledge rests with them.
And that's where my knowledge started as well. And I'll freely admit, I do not have the same knowledge of arcade machines and a lot of people that listen to this show and a lot of the people that we talk to about games online. But I have learnt so much by owning them and tootling around with them and breaking things and having to fix them.
Yeah, and that's going to be my experience too. Like, I didn't buy these pretending I knew anything, and I still don't pretend I know anything because I fucking don't.
Yeah.
So, like, the Japanese Dreamcast, he gave me that, and like he said, you know, there was a time where they would hook these up to arcade machines and just put a time meter or whatever, so people put in $1 and get 10 minutes of Virtua Tennis.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to talk to him about where arcades sort of died.
Yeah.
And he was saying, he never had a problem. Well, it was like the Mega Drive, or like I've said before, Super Nintendo didn't even really exist in Timaru. You couldn't sell it, so that was never an issue. But when Sony released here the PlayStation, he said it changed sort of everything. CDs were becoming popular too. He said even down to the fact that the controllers were more comfortable than, PlayStation controllers. But, he said for anything at that time, they were real, people would just stay at home playing video games rather than going to arcades.
Yeah.
And he said, instantly that was 40% of the business when they were released, gone.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to talk to him. He also said he goes through 1,000 of those fucking soft toys and the skill testers, because he still runs the machines around Timaru. So, the odd one you find out. 1,000 of those soft toys a week.
Holy shit.
I know. And I'm yet to win fucking one of them.
Does he have the Gremlins toys?
Oh, possibly.
I'm one toy away from the set.
And they're in the skill testers, are they?
Yeah, they are up here.
Oh, down here we've got like rugby balls and soft toy, like.
Oh yeah, we've got the rugby balls and the rugby league hats and the fucking scarves, and then we've got like all the Disney fucking toys and shit. But for a while there, we had Gremlins. So I've got Gizmo and I've got Spike.
Ah.
But I need the fucking the green actual Gremlins. So I've only got them as Mogwais.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Retro related, so it's okay.
Yeah, damn straight. Oh, I haven't seen them down here, but I've never won on anything. So that number surprised me. That number's quite high, you reckon, though?
Not really. Fucking I used to run a supermarket. I was a store manager, and we used to have to get our machine refilled 3 times a week.
Well, it's set to you can set it to 1 in 5, 1 in 3, 1 in 10, I assume. That type of deal?
No. Now, this is actually a preconception people have with those machines. They think they're rigged for a timing thing. It's not timing at all. It's all, there's a sweet spot in the claw.
So you're telling me that no matter how many times you do it, the claw will always stay the same. You actually need skill to hit where you place the claw?
Yeah, if you know where the sweet spot is in the claw, you'll get it. The trick is you have to get something to hit the pin in the middle.
Okay, so you've got to trigger something first, and then
yeah, exactly. So it's the same with the rugby balls and stuff. The rugby balls are the easiest to win.
Really? They look impossible to pick up.
No. As long as you can get the centre of that claw to smack up against the ball dead centre, those claws will grip around it.
Yeah. I'm going to test this theory this week, because I know there's one machine at our Pack and Save here.
Yeah.
I'll go put a couple of dollars in and see what happens.
Sounds good.
I'll probably get addicted and have a set of rugby fucking balls.
So, if you're not going to use that Dreamcast, what do I have to do to get it off you?
I think I want to use it. Like I've said for a while, I'm kind of going Japanese with buying my games, except for my Master System Mega Drive.
I've always wanted to get one with the jammer in the side of it.
Yeah, you're doing... Oh, this is Jason and Astro Wars all over again.
What's that?
Yeah, you're pressuring me and on here. Next thing you'll be showing me your childhood pictures. Please, no. Don't do that to me. I'll cave.
No.
I'm not a cunt like you. I'll cave. No, yeah, next thing. What are you telling your kid in the background, Phid?
Yeah.
Draw a Dreamcast.
Yeah, draw a Dreamcast and sign it as my name when I was 8 years old. Sure, the years don't fucking match up, but you'll fall for it. Angus isn't the smartest cookie.
He's only from Timaru.
We'll tell him it's for charity. He'll fall for that shit.
He did the last time.
Yeah.
No, but so it was cool talking to him. Interesting guy. Still running the machines now. Picked my wallet like a motherfucker. Am I liking having these arcades? Yes. Am I going to get any more? No. But I said that before I got taken.
I was going to say, you said that after the first 2. And then you're like, hey, look what's in the back of my van.
Yeah, and I guess what I want to do, if I can't get the Tekken screen working properly, I'm not going to bother, because the screen's the worst one to replace, rah.
Yeah.
if I can't get the colours right, that's going to be enough for me to go, right, take everything out and dump a computer in there, make a really good main machine. Because that was my goal.
Yeah.
What if that doesn't happen? My next one will just be a Toolboy cabinet to make a main machine. Because my goal now is not so much about collecting hundreds of games to sit there and do nothing. I want to play more of them. So if I can make a big emulation station running everything from Master System right through to Dreamcast, PS2, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, now there was a really nice MAME interface that you sent me a video to, which was that one that was kind of like it looked almost like a wheel of...
Yeah, Hyperspin. How cool is that for a front end? Like
That Hyperspin is amazing.
Yeah, just select your emulator. The hardest part's going to be programming the computer. I have no doubt about that. Because it'll be so annoying getting all those files in the right places for everything to run sweet. But I'm up for the challenge. Does it mean I'll still collect? Yes, of course I will. But it'll also mean I get to play and enjoy playing more. Because that's my goal this year, to play more. So I think a nice big cabinet that can do it all is going to be fucking cool.
Now, this show, we've pretty much talked about us, so it's been an awesome show.
Of course, every week, yes. But every month.
But we've got a couple of things that we did want to touch on, and one was a Kickstarter that got funded in an amazing time and is an amazing product and has amazing memories.
Toe Jam and Earl.
It's coming back.
Yes. Now, this Kickstarter is something I kept an eye on. I didn't back it. I didn't back it for one reason, and that's because they're only making it for PC.
Yeah.
And then their stretch goals were like Xbox One, PS4, then Wii U. If they had said, hey, we're doing this for 3DS, I would have thrown down on it because I kind of think that game would fit really well on the 3DS now.
See, I wouldn't know because I don't own a 3DS.
I've got one of the new ones. They're amazing. Nintendo won't pay me to say anything, but honestly...
They don't pay anyone to say anything. Yeah,
exactly. Look at my video. I strongly suggest if you've got a 3DS, upgrade to this. If you're going to buy one of these. The 3D is fucking amazing. Best handheld I've ever played. But Toe Jam and Earl, what was it, 500,000 they raised in 30 days?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the article now. I'm just bringing it up, and I've got super slow. 400,000.
Yeah, they got past that. So they got to the one of their stretch goals, which was like the 500,000 mark.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so they did really awesome. Cool to see that it's coming to PC. Obviously, its spiritual home is the Mega Drive. So I would probably never play it because it's on a PC, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm not a PC gamer either myself.
No.
But I think it's cool to see that it's coming back. There you go, $508,637.
Yeah, see, I would have backed it if I knew it was going to come to a console that I would play it on. But,
yeah,
you know, their stretch goals were like 600,000. It was Xbox One or something. Like, yeah, nah, not interested.
But, yeah, cool to see it coming back. Although it doesn't look like it's going to resemble anything that was the original game.
No, it looks really good. I think it keeps some elements of the original games, but ideally, I think it would be so good for 3DS. I just don't understand their thinking of why not. If you haven't seen Toe Jam and Earl, check it out on YouTube. It is such a crazy game. Amazing colors, awesome music, crazy sort of platformer thing. It's cool.
While we're talking about re-released games and stuff, I have had the opportunity in the last month to play Abe's Odyssey, the re-release, new and tasty on the PS4.
Follow me.
Eh?
Follow me.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what's the weird thing is? The gameplay exactly the same as the original game. The intro video exactly the same, and you jump in and you know exactly what to do. My kids actually loved playing it too, but the thing
still
that
make them fart.
Yeah, you can still make them fart and all that.
Awesome.
The thing that irritated me though,
not the same voice actors.
Yes, they've changed the voices.
You said, why the fuck would you do that?
And I don't know why though, but why? I don't know. The biggest thing is I don't know why it irritates me so much because it plays exactly the same. But first thing is that I was expecting was that voice, and it was different.
Yeah, because think of the hours. Like, I remember playing Abe's heaps on PS1. I didn't own it, but my cousins did. And the follow me. I can't even say it properly.
Yeah.
That I know it. It's like embedded in my brain.
Yeah.
If I saw that character with a different voice, I would just be like, huh?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Follow
Hello.
me. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it irritated the crap out of me. But at the moment, this month, I think for another week, it's free on PS4.
Nice. I don't own a PS4, so another one I'll miss out on.
Yeah, but anyone else who is interested, make sure you go out there and buy a PS4 because PS4s are awesome. There you go, that's my plug.
God. Yeah.
Did I haul myself out enough then?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. Not that I'm bitter. Not that I'm bitter, Sony, but you could buy me too.
Your soul is for sale.
Yeah. PS4 would look good under my TV, just saying.
Friend of mine just bought the white one. It's sexy.
Yeah, I was tempted, but I'm not going to get a next-gen console for a long time.
Oh, see, the other day, it was actually payday. I was so tempted to buy an Xbox One.
You can't say that. Fucking Sony gave you a PS4. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to go buy it. You can't. You got to swear by that blue S now for the rest of your life.
So am I banned from ever owning another Xbox, or at least for this generation?
I think so. Sony, give me his. Give me his, Sony.
Commandeer it.
Yes. But Street Fighter is why I'd go PS4.
That's why I was stoked to hear that it was coming out exclusively on the PS4.
Yeah, it sucks though, because everyone knows that I am an Xbox person. Microsoft, you can have me too. But yeah.
See, Mortal Kombat's looking fucking amazing too.
Yeah, see, and that's another game. Oh, it's coming out on 360 though, eh?
It's going to be out on both consoles and computer.
Yeah, see, that is going to be awesome game. What else has been in the news lately? Oh, speaking of your favourite gaming console of all time, PlayStation 2 celebrated its 15th birthday a couple of weeks back.
Yes, 15. 1-5.
That's right, 15 years old.
Yeah. Pretty amazing milestone.
You're getting old?
Yeah, it's getting there. I've got a personal love of the PS2. My wife bought me my PS2 for my birthday years ago when it came out.
Yeah, that little love story.
Yeah, I think I've told that love story before, haven't I?
Yeah, definitely have.
Yeah, but yeah.
Would you say the PS2 is your favourite console? The way you go on it must be close.
It would be close. That and the PS1 even. The PS1, yeah, it would be one of the two. I've got a very fond memory of both machines.
See, I don't understand it, but Sony, I can understand it, if you know what I'm saying.
But, see, I've still got my original PS2.
Yeah, see, that's pretty cool. I don't have any original consoles, so that is awesome.
It doesn't work anymore. It died. But
you'll keep it forever.
I tell you what, that machine deserves... I wasn't even sad or angry when that died.
It had served its time.
It was seriously, there was one day I'd played it, the next day I went to turn it on and play it again, and it was just like, no, I'm not going to work. And I was just like, fair enough.
Yeah, stroke it on its head gently and let it go to the other side.
You did well. You did well. My original PS1 did the same thing, but that had actually got to a point where I had to flip it upside down to get it to work.
Oh, yeah, the lasers and them. The PS1 was notoriously bad for crapping out, wasn't it? The smaller one or whatever?
Yeah, the original one was. So what I had to do was you put the disc in, turn it on, and then flip it over to get it to pick up the disc.
Oh, crazy. I think, who was saying they did that as well? Oh, I can't remember. Someone in our boss level group was saying they did a similar thing. But also, was it that to use copied games or something?
Maybe.
Oh, I can't remember. It'll come to me.
While we're talking about Xboxes and stuff, did you see owners of the Xbox 360 suing Microsoft in a class action suit.
What? No, what's going on there?
Microsoft is being sued by a group of owners over the fault with if you bump the Xbox 360 while it's got a disc in it, scratch your disc.
Guess what?
What?
Remember my Grand Theft Auto that happened to?
Yes.
And they wouldn't help me at all?
Yeah.
I'm joining up. Send me the link. I want to join that.
Now, what annoyed me is Microsoft have actually said, we do not believe that this is bigger problem as less than 2.5% of Xbox owners have made claims that this has happened. So it cannot be a widespread problem.
Bullshit.
Now, this is where I call bullshit, because every single person that I know has had that problem happen at least once to one of their discs.
Yeah.
I think it's the fact that less than 2.5% of people have reported it, not that less than 2.5% of people have had the problem.
Yeah, it's total utter bullshit. Like, Microsoft, your support was shit. Like, that happened to Grand Theft Auto when I got Grand Theft Auto. Obviously, there's no warranty on this. You can't take this back to be returned, especially when the console's at blame for causing the damage. And their support was shit. They wouldn't help me at all. They're just like, no, well, it's your disc. Take it back to the retailer. How can I take it back to the fucking retailer when it's your console that fucked it?
And you didn't even have to flip the fucking thing. You just had to bump the fucking Xbox for that to happen.
Yeah, because I remember posting the picture on Facebook. Everyone's like, oh, you must have knocked your thing over. It's like, no. I'd know if it was knocked over.
Yeah.
So that pissed me off. I hope they get something out of them as well, actually.
Yeah. So I just thought that was an interesting little tidbit.
Definitely is.
Anything else you got to talk about?
No, that's about us. I think I know we've said this last time, but we're due for a game review.
Totally are. Did we actually decide on one?
No. Tell us. I think we'll put it to the people. What should we play over the next couple of weeks to share our thoughts on our next episode?
Yeah, definitely.
It can be anything. Preferably Master System.
Well, yeah, or something that we can at least emulate.
Yep.
So, yeah, let us know what game, on what console, or maybe it's a cross-console jobby we could talk about.
Yep, I'm down for that as well.
Yeah. So, I think that's us.
That's us. Follow us on Twitter. What are we? bits_of_awesome.
Yep.
We're sharing our pics and stuff on there now. We've got a Facebook that I need to fix up a little bit and get you on the page. But that's on the Facebook. Find it.
Yep. And we were talking about setting up an Instagram at some stage as well.
Yep, definitely got to do that.
So apart from that, I think it's just about us. Make sure you follow us. Check out all of our posts and past podcasts on #me.co.nz, as well as all of our other shows that are on there as well.
And don't forget to hit save.
#me.co.nz